Hi. So this is how I started investing as a student for only 33 pesos per day. Or I guess more specifically, I should say 33.33 pesos per day, or as I like to do it, round it up to 34 pesos because on a monthly basis, I only had to contribute 1,000. My thought process on how to start this was that it needed to meet the following criteria. The first one being that it needed to be easy, not too much of a hassle, not too much of accounts that I needed to set up, because all I really had at that time for my national ID was a passport and then a bank account. Second, I needed the barrier to entry to be relatively low. I didn't have much that I could use as investment capital as I was a working student, and so majority of my funds would either go to my studies or tending to my daily needs. And the third one was that I needed the investment to be rather low maintenance. Again, I was a working student. I was also a scholar at the same time, so I had grades to maintain. I didn't have all the time in the world to continuously look over the stock market or the like and see how it goes up and down. So as much as possible, hopefully it wouldn't be too volatile so that it doesn't require too much maintenance, as I wouldn't be able to commit too much of my time or my energy towards watching that. Since I've never invested before, I didn't know what to do or how to maximize my investment. All I knew was that I just wanted to get started. And that's how I ended up settling on a managed fund. There are different kinds of managed funds, but the one that I decided to go for was a mutual fund. But instead of going under a company, I decided to use the mutual fund that banks offer, which is also known as a UITF. UITFs are unit investment trust funds. So instead of investing in shares, just like you would in mutual funds, the bank's fund manager will invest in units of the fund for you. So instead of pulling out large sums of money to invest solely, what happens is that these financial institutions pool together collected money from several investors, and then a fund manager who has experience and the proper training in the market would be the one to invest the funds to grow the capital. Actually, I just enrolled online. I enrolled to the BDO Easy Investment Plan online. First, I go to online.bdo.com.ph and key in my user ID and password. Once that's done, I press login, and a one-time PIN will be sent to the phone number that is linked to my bank account. Once I'm on the home page of BDO Online Banking, I go over to the sidebar where it says My Accounts. Then I scroll down to My Trust Account / Invest Online, and I click on that. Then another OTP will be sent to my phone number. Then the dashboard of all the different trust investments that BDO has offered will show up. You can enroll in more than one trust investment. To know which trust investment I should invest in, I go to Account Information and click Conduct /Update IPQ /CSA. And since I had already enrolled my account, the results from my investor profile questionnaire and my client suitability assessment is already displayed. From there, I can see in the risk profile matrix what the recommended UITFs are for me. And I chose the BDO Peso Balanced Fund. Now, at that time, I did not have the 10,000 needed for a one-time deposit in BDO's Balanced UITF. What I did was I just enrolled in the Easy Investment Plan, which allowed me to make scheduled monthly contributions and start investing already. There are a couple of forms that you're going to have to read and understand with a BDO agent calling you before the process is finalized, and Once you're enrolled, you're now going to have an investment that auto debits from your account. So every month, 1,000 pesos was deducted from my savings account so I can keep contributing to my BDO peso balanced EIP. And that's it. That's how you do it. Things to take note of are that the interest earned from your investment is considered taxable income. And on top of that, because the fund is managed by professional fund managers, the interest earned on your investment is also subjected to deductions for the fund manager's fees. So when you check on your interest earned, the amount reflected is the amount of your earnings minus the taxes and the fund manager's fees. I honestly feel like this was a very good way for me to start off my investment journey. One thing to take note of though is action number 1, which states that high risk equals high return. Conversely, low risk equals low return. So the earnings that I earn through this relatively low risk investment compared to me going out there and trading in the stock market directly is going to be lower. However, the interest earned still is much higher than the interest earned when you just keep your money in your bank account. And the longer that you keep your investment horizon, the more earnings you are expected to receive. Okay, so you might ask, what now? It's gonna seem a bit boring, but you just wait. You just wait and you keep contributing. The truth is that when it comes to investment, you're going to see higher returns if you can put in higher investment capital. This can be illustrated through simple math. 50% return on 1,000 pesos would equal to 500. However, a 5% return on 100,000 pesos would equal to 5,000. So keep that in mind and don't get discouraged if you think that you're not earning thousands yet when all you've put down is 1,000 so far. If you want to check on your investment and how it's doing on your phone, log into your BDO account through the app. Below the box that shows your current savings account, you're going to see how much is in your EIP or UITF. When you click on that, you're going to see how many units you have, how much is your unrealized gain and loss, and how much is the amount invested. I read a lot about this first. And from all that researching, I was able to discover that BDO's Easy Investment Plan, otherwise known as its EIP, was the best fit for me. It was the best fit for me because 1, I already had a BDO account. 2, it was a managed fund. And 3, which was arguably the most important factor to me at that time, is that the minimum contribution is only 1,000 pesos per month to start investing. And then I enrolled online. After that, they're going to require you to take a risk assessment test, which I did. And then from that risk assessment test, you're going to know what kind of mutual fund you should invest in. Would it be more stock-based? Would it be more bond-based, Or would it be a balance? Then after I had enrolled in that, I chose which fund I would invest in based on the recommendation. And then I finalized my process. BDO said that it would call to finalize it all. And then after the call, and after they ask if you understood the terms and conditions, mainly that whatever you invest into the UITF is not going to be part of what is PDIC insured. So you could lose that money. The earnings that you're going to get definitely are much, much higher than just letting your bank account sit in your savings account. The earnings that you will receive are largely influenced by, or is influenced by, how well the stock market is doing, and you're going to have to pay for taxes and the fund manager's fees, both of which will be automatically deducted. By the time you reach 10,000 pesos in contributions, that's when you're going to be given a certificate, a COP. It's up to you really to decide how much you can contribute per month. There's the monthly basis and then there's the bi-monthly basis. For me, I just went for the bare minimum, which is 8,000 per month that gets auto deposited into the UITF from my savings account. I hope you find this insightful, and if you did, feel free to like and share it. Till next time. Oh my gosh, why is it so hard to film?